one very controversial area is the drinking of water that is supposed to be structured water, or is water of this special property, or is easy water, or something like that. And I know that there are many people that I know that are sort of familiar with this topic who have poo-pooed that idea, who have said, no, there's no possible way this could be relevant. This is not the way to build easy water in our cells, because, once that water hits our stomach acid, it's going to go through some chemical breakdown where the structuredness or the easy water aspect will be destroyed anyway. But the way to build that easy water is through like the methods we just described, through exposing your body to infrared or picking up electrons from the earth and such, but not necessarily drinking external easy water. What are your thoughts on that area?
Well, I mean, this idea has been brought up in the past, that the stomach acid will neutralize, and the easy water has negative charge, and the stomach acid is at low pH, and it's going to neutralize it. But what sometimes they fail to take into account is the volume of each one. Just a little bit of stomach acid generally in our stomach. So if you drink, let's say a glass of water, then not just a sip that I took, but a glass of water, and then the volume of that water completely overwhelms the small amount of stomach acid. And so there will be some, obviously, when the two combine, there will be some neutralization of the negative charge that water has, the easy water, but it's not much. And we did experiments to check on pH to see what effect it has. And we found that we measure the amount of EZ as a function of pH. And you start with a neutral pH, and we found that going from neutral pH of 7 to all the way up to 9 or down to 5, essentially no impact at all on the amount of EZ. If you go to lower pH than that or higher, then the amount begins to diminish. So moderate changes or modest changes of pH because of stomach acid should have only a minor effect. So if you drink a sip of water, the argument may be correct, but if you drink a glass of water, at least in theory, it should not be correct.
Oh, that's very interesting. I hadn't heard that counter argument. So given that, it sounds like you do think that there is relevance to providing external easy water as potentially a method to help build up internal easy water.
I would stress the word potential because it needs to be checked.
Right.
And it wouldn't be so difficult to check. I think the way to check is to do clinical experiments, in terms of efficacy. Take a bunch of patients with some particular issue, let's say stomach cancer or something, and offer a fraction of them one type of water and another fraction of them a different type, and so on, a half dozen or more different waters. And with enough statistics, you can actually judge the impact of the different kinds of water on the outcome. That would be the way to do it. But, unfortunately, getting the NIH, National Institutes of Health, who would theoretically fund these kinds of studies, they practically never heard the word water. Actually, some years ago, I proposed that you need to the NIH, and is like a lead balloon that didn't go anywhere. Water? What are you talking about? Water. It didn't even make the review desk because it seemed so uninteresting. For me, the NIH is doing so many clinical studies together with the pharmaceutical companies to look at the latest drug. They spend hundreds of millions of dollars doing this. And I think for $5 million or $10 million, a decent study can be done to answer the question that you raised, whether, if you drink water that contains EZ, is it really better for your health? I would speculate the answer is yes, but it's just a speculation until it's tested.